You're going to have to buy another car. Spend money on it one way or the other. You're going to have to get another car. And if I want to save money, sure, I'm going to buy a car that maybe has 2 years left on that cycle. And then I'm going to have to buy another one. And another. Can you see how you can permanently be gotten by government if you let it? And I don't know about people, look, I think some of the old cars are absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine the sadness and sorrow from people who would not be able to drive legally on the roads, open roads of America, their 65 convertible Mustang? That would be a shame. I don't own one. I'd love to own one. But, some of those are worth $35,000. And if you tell a person, well, you know what? You can't drive that anymore. You can't register it. It's no longer worth $35,000. The government has just made that car worthless. Not the market, the government. See the difference there, folks? Hey, speaking of people who want stupidity because he's a wacko leftist, did you hear about Michael Moore? Yes, the slobbish one has spoken out about Baltimore. And this is what he said. He said, we should disarm the police and release every African-American incarcerated for drug crimes or nonviolent offenses. And they're claiming that he goes on aggressive Twitter rant over Baltimore. Michael Moore posted a series of angry tweets after riots in Baltimore. He told his 1.8 million followers that American police should be disarmed. How can this person have 1.8 million? Now, I'm just going to say it from my own point of view. How is it that this idiot, this certified nut job, can have nearly 2 million followers and I only have about 10,000? How is that? That's in this, in this whole universe of fairness, as the liberals would like to say. How is that fair? Do I got to go on these stupid rants like him that make absolutely no sense and have no basis in reality in order to garner traction like he's gotten? That's incredible, the number of followers that he has. 1.8 million followers. And he added that African Americans jailed for drug crimes should be freed. Now, if you are just a user, I don't care whether you're African, I don't care what your race is. If you're just a user, I do not believe that you should be incarcerated the way that we're incarcerating users. That doesn't, person's a meth addict. Okay, so you're going to throw him in jail for a year or two. That doesn't benefit him. And yet it's a big expense to society. It's more expensive to society to incarcerate somebody than it is to just treat them for their addiction. Believe it or not, that's the truth. Those are the numbers. Yeah, we think, throwing them in jail is I agree. That's, we shouldn't do that. I mean, that's not a sense of fair play in a just society. But hey, a lot of these users, they have committed other crimes. So, some users, they need their fix so bad that they'll rob a convenience store. Well, now they're not in jail because they're a user directly. They're in jail indirectly because they're a user, but directly because they committed robbery. So are we supposed to let them out, Michael? Now, his tweets appeared to relate to the death of Freddie Gray in police custody and met with a storm of criticism from members of public and officials alike. Moore formally posted controversial tweets about the film American Sniper as well. You probably remember that as well, talking about that guy's a coward. What Michael Moore said. He said Chris Kyle was a coward. Are you kidding me? Do you know what those guys have to go through in order to become a sniper? And once they are a sniper, what they have to do Once they become it's not something that they can just, it's not cowardly. They have to, often snipers, they're behind enemy lines. They have to sneak in, do their mission, and then sneak out. That's not cowardly. I mean, they have to keep their composure. I mean, can you imagine lying there, sometimes for days, waiting for the right shot on your target? And if they are caught or spotted, it is most certainly instantaneous death for them. How is that cowardly? I don't understand these people at all, and where they come up with their idiocy. It blows my mind. Blows my mind how stupid these people can be. And this is this whole notion that there shouldn't be a showing of the movie on college campuses across the country. It also blows my mind. Wait a minute. So this person, he's a coward because he'll stay in hiding for days, trying not to be spotted while he's taking out the enemy. But these young minds full of mush do not have the guts to go in and watch a movie. Excuse me? So the whole point of them standing up against the movie, that's what they call bravery. But lying behind enemy lines with the threat of certain and imminent death hanging over their heads, that's cowardly. Mind blown at the utter and sheer stupidity. Really. I did not, even, I know liberals. I know liberals like the back of my hand. But let me tell you something. Sometimes they do and say things that just blow my mind, because I cannot believe that people can actually be that stupid and not have a mental or learning disability. They're supposed to be normal, and yet they're that stupid. Mind blown sometimes. Congratulations to those on the left. You Michael Moore, again, congratulations. You have blown my mind with your amazing ability to expand the realm of stupidity. 9/11 terror, or I should say 9/11 terror, as black mob rampages. And they're saying, witnesses say and police say, a mob of about 60 black teens, youths, took to the streets to unleash attacks on unsuspecting drivers and pedestrians, all but one of whom were white. Still, police aren't concluding the attacks were racially motivated, or that they came in angry responses to Baltimore-rooted protest over Freddie Gray. Now, the random violence also comes on the heels of a widely reported officer's shooting of Walter Scott, a black man whose killing was captured on video. And you're probably asking, well, geez, sounds like Baltimore. Where is this? This is happening on the streets of Charleston, South Carolina. So again, what? It's the straw that broke the camel's back, Rod. Again, now in Charleston, man, they just can't take it anymore. Now, the Walter Scott incident is fresh in their minds, and then there's Baltimore. So, in a city that they don't live, I guess that has meaning for them. No, don't get me wrong. If anywhere in the country where there is real injustice, it's a bad thing, and we all should team together and say that this injustice, real injustice, needs to be corrected with proper justice. But it would be like Bostonians going on a rampage because of what happened in Baltimore. Why would Boston? It doesn't have anything to do with them. Why would they start, destroying their own city because Baltimore destroyed theirs? That makes absolutely no sense. Why would they go on a rampage attacking people that absolutely have nothing to do with what happened in Baltimore? The same thing in Charleston, South Carolina. Why are these Utes in Charleston running around being angry over what happened in Baltimore and taking it out on people that have absolutely nothing to do with what happened in Baltimore? Oh, because they're going to make the excuse, well, there's another case like that. Another cop shooting. Well, if I'm not, wasn't that officer also charged with murder? So they're not going to let the process. This is why I say this whole mess in Baltimore was only going to appease them temporarily. It's not going to fix the issue or situation down there. Not at all. And I don't know. I guess we'll see come Monday, May 4th, to see if curfew has been lifted, and we'll see if the Orioles play another home game in front of an empty stadium. I'm just saying now, the black and white attacks called in to 911 dispatchers occurred after the teens came out of a YWCA party. YWCA? The boys were at do you know what a YWCA? Isn't it Young Women's Christian Association? Now, YMCA would be for men, boys. YWCA was originally for women and girls. So why would they be coming out of a party? 60 of them? Was that a party or was that a rave? No, that was the first thing that I asked. Was one of my first questions. Was that a party or was it a rave? But, I guess that's what happens when you come out of parties. The first thing that you think about is going on a rampage and beating up everybody that you come across, especially if they're not the same ethnic background as you are, and then blaming it on what happened in another city, hundreds of miles away from you. I guess that's what's called justice as well. Look, you can't make this stuff up, folks. I'm not making it up. I wish I had that kind of imagination, but I can't make it up. The world has gone crazy with liberal idiots. We're infested with them now. We really are. Well, I'm out of time for tonight as well as this week. Don't forget to join me next week at 7 p.m. over on Vigilant Liberty Radio over on Spreaker. Until then, have a great weekend, folks. We will be back here again to do it all over again. I'm Rod Eccles. I'm out.